Welcome to my very first ever YouTube video. So tonight we are playing Plan B Terraform. So this game came out a little while ago, but I was always so excited to play it. It took me a little bit to get to it. I know I'm a little bit behind the curve, but tonight you guys will get to see the gameplay. Now it is a lot like Satisfactory in a sense. If you don't organize it just right, it just looks like pure chaos. So I know that this game will be absolutely fun to play, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, and if it's something that you want to keep coming back to my channel to see, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys. Let's jump into it. Alright, so we're going to go new planet. So I've played a little bit on it tonight. I've played probably about an hour's worth just to wrap my brain around it so that I know what I'm doing, so I don't look like an absolute fool when it comes to playing in front of you guys. So I'm just going to name it here. We'll just go McRiseyville. Alright, let's go confirm. Alright, let's jump on in. So, the very first take that I ever took, I was in the tutorials, and it took me forever to just figure out, and I felt like an absolute idiot, because it was the easiest move. I just couldn't figure out just why it was happening, but here we are, guys. Here's the planet we're on, and here's our first little town, New Jakarta. Alright, so let's zoom out, let's find where our resources are. So the three main resources that we are going to need is iron here in the red, sulfur here in the yellow, and then aluminium here in the white. It actually works out really well because we've got sulfur here, we've got a little bit of fluoride, I believe it is, fluoride, yeah. So we've got a lot of resources all around our town, which works out really well in terms of having to travel for the resources and that kind of thing. Makes it quite easy that they're all right next to each other. So we'll get on started. So we'll get our extractors out. So we're going to get a little bit of iron ore here. We'll collect that up. So the objective here, so build 10 extractors and place them on the ground. Alright, so let's do that. So we've got 3 here. I will, because we've only got access to another 3, so I'm just going to build a factory, make steel bars, build an assembly plant, and then get more. Oops, sorry, one step first that I missed. And I always do this. You've then got to build another depot there, and then you can do the assembly from there. So you can see why it might get a little bit messy quite soon on. Right, there we go. Alright, so I've got 6 open and running, and this will build the remaining 4 to go. We do have the time running. I'll speed it up a bit. Get another one going here. Now, I don't actually have to have them connected as such. I just have to have them built, which is quite handy because I can just build it in the background, and then as these resource plots run out, there we go. Alright, now time to build 5 factories and place them on the ground. Alright, I've now unlocked mechanical parts. I can now at the assembly plant can now build factories as well as assembly plants as well. So this is where it starts to get a bit messy because you got to go off in different tracks. So I'm going to go and build myself a little section down here, and I'll collect this up. Gonna build myself a factory here to build steel bars. Build another. See what I mean? Already off. So what I'll do now, change this to depots. Because I've got plenty of these. That's not a problem at all. I just need depots. There we go. So we'll build that one down here. Steel bars. Build the other factory here. Get mechanical parts sorted. From there, we'll build another depot for the mechanical parts put there, and then we finally have the assembly plant, and we can get more factories sorted. So this is where it gets a bit tricky at the start. So all the resource plots are all over the place, and so we're quite a while away from our main city. At the moment we're just getting the resources up and running. So I'll build more here still, and build another one there, and this one will be, there we go. Bit of overkill, but we've got it. Alright, so now we need to get the population of our biggest city to 10, which I believe is New Jakarta here. So we have to, from there, get concrete. So in order to build the supply center, which I have to build right next to my city, and the roads and the trucks to support it, we've got to go up to this guy here, up to the sulfur. So same aspect again. We've now got to build a couple of extractors, collect the resources, build a factory, and create concrete. So once we get the concrete, plot for it first. Concrete, there we go. So from this point on, we've got the concrete. I then have to get an assembler. So that is where I then go back over down here. So get the assembler and start building. Oop, wrong spot because they're not making this one. Alright. And start getting it to build assemblies because I need more of those for one over by the sulfur. And I've already got 11 factories, so I don't need more of that. And I've already got 23 of these, so I probably don't need any more of those. I'll get them creating more extractors. Alright, there we go. The assembly is starting to begin. Alright. Let's get that up and sorted. Alright, so I want a supply center. Alright, perfect. And then roads from there. Alright. Now let's go to New Jakarta. Alright, zooming down in here. We are going to build the supply center. Alright, so from this getting here, we've now got the supplies that will get handed to the city. So at the moment, it's only requiring concrete. So we need to build a little concrete plot there, and then from there we have to use the roads. So we're actually quite lucky in this sense that everything is quite close. There have been worlds that I've played on where they are massively in a far distance. So what we have to do now is wait for the roads to get built up. So as you can see, it's going up quite quickly. But we will have to build a road sort of coming down. So we're only about halfway at this point, but it is sort of getting there. So we will have to sort of build it all the way down and join up down there. No idea how many I need, but that'll be the only way to get the concrete sort of down through this area. Nearly there. So I roughly think it's going to be about 100, because we're at what, 88 now. Oh, 70, sorry, I was at 60. Oh, here we are. Nearly there. Yes, here we go. Alright, done. Alright, got the roads. Perfect. Alright. What I might do, just to have in a different spot here. Get that collected up. And I'll have that creating the roads as such. Concrete. Have the plot down here. Concrete. And then have the assembly creating roads. From there, I'll get this guy start create. Oh, that's the mechanical parts. And that way, what I'll do is I'll get this guy stopping, delete that off, and that'll just be a consistent supply of concrete. And then I have to come back down over here. So we've got the mechanical parts getting all created here. And we'll get the trucks going. So that should appear down here, and you'll see the trucks. Yeah, one truck. Over to this guy here. So let's get the trucks created, create the path, and come down to here. Alright, and then we're going to start transporting concrete. And as you can see, we've got now 3 trucks running, and the availability will go up as the trucks get created, which obviously just increases the supply. Because what our goal is to support a population of 10. As our population up the top here rises, so will the necessary amount, the annual supply demand. So we're needing 11 or 12 now going up per annum as the supply that we need. So we're insufficient on the concrete right now, purely because of the number of trucks that we have running. So we're gonna up this and get the supply, because as you can see, there's plenty of concrete here. We're not gonna run out anytime soon. We've still got this guy creating roads for us, and it's not chewing into the supply here, so that'll be handy for us. And then we've got these guys over here still creating extractors for us, so we're at 42 there. And then this one's creating trucks for us. So the only thing that I don't like about this game is the fact that you can't just turn them off. So you've got to go ahead and probably select something like that it can't create, and it'll just build up the supply beforehand. And same with this, if I go steel and say concrete, it'll just build up that supply, and that'll stop the supply chain coming through. In which case these guys just fill up and they just stop once their supply is full. And that's what will happen to these guys around there. Alright, population has gone up, so I now can access aluminium bars, carbon, oxygen, atmospheric extractors, and landmark towers. So this is when we get up to our third plot, so this is where it can start to get a little bit confusing about with what we're doing. So I'm going to get this back started again, so we'll go back to steel bars, and we'll go back to doing what we might do is we'll get plot depots going a little bit there. And now we need to find, and the closest thing, again, so close, it makes it so much better, honestly. So we'll get these 3, and we can have the little plot in there. And we're going to collect aluminium ore, and then same thing, build a factory, create aluminium bars. And then with this guy, so we'll need mechanical parts, which is back over by the iron, and aluminium bars. So this is where the roads start coming in handy, because I'm basically going to have to create a road that goes from here all the way over to here. And then we've already got a road that goes from the sulfur all the way down to the city. So the population should continue to rise as long as we can keep the supply. So what I'll have to do from here is create that pathway. So same thing where this supply, I can stop this and just get it to be this mechanical parts. So that's where I would stop this production. I would delete this guy off, and they would just essentially just fill this up with mechanical parts, and I will create a road going over from there. So as you can see, the plots do run out eventually. So you've got to be really resourceful in the way that you use your resources. So good work from here. So got plenty of roads, so we'll create a road that goes all the way from there, and we'll chuck it all the way over to here. Alright, perfect. So what we might do, considering these guys aren't too busy over here, so we need a factory there, and we will turn that into Oh, we've already got the aluminium bars going, I believe. Oh, we don't have the plot. Never mind. That would be why. We don't have the depot for it. Alright, aluminium bars. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we'll have the assembly down here. Get that going. Alright, and that way we can have... Get the trucks. Oh damn, that was not smart. I just cut right through the sulfur and just minimize the amount of resources that I can get out. That was not smart. Alright, so we need the truck to run all the way through to up over here, and we'll chuck him here, and we'll be transporting mechanical parts, and we do have to have a depot for them just here. Which I don't think it's gonna reach. I might have to do that there. Alright. Change destination. We'll get it changed to here. Alright. So we've got one truck coming up at the moment. I'm gonna increase this up to 10. Get the supplies coming up. Perfect. And we should be able to start building the atmospheric extractors, start transporting oxygen down to the city, in which case then I then have to connect the road, probably going from here just to here, so that it can continue on track and take the oxygen down to the city, which I'm currently short on the oxygen at the moment, so the population's at a standstill. It is a long way to travel, so there we go. We get one built. Now, I'll build them a little bit out the way. I'm going to probably build it just here. I'll build two. I'll get the one plot built in the middle here for the oxygen. And then I'll get one plot built out either side here for the carbon that it is the offsiding. Actually, I could just do the same thing in the center here and just get rid of this altogether. There we go. And just keep it nice and neat, nice and contained. And then from there, same aspect again. So we have to create essentially a point here and just have this travel down. Oh, we're going to create the road first. Getting ahead of myself. Alright. So let's just chuck the road and join it onto here. Get the road jumping on. And then chuck the trucks. Picking up the resources here. And then coming down to here. And we will have the plot here for oxygen. And pass it on there. There we go. And so for this guy, I will again up the trucks to 10. And get that oxygen pumping nice and quickly. We do have the supply there, which is fantastic. We can use the carbon for something completely else down the track, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Should be able to keep the population growing from here. Hopefully it's enough supply for the oxygen. Yeah, so they're definitely getting the oxygen now, so that's fine. Alright, so now, as you can see up here, guys, so the population is now going up. So we're now up to 15 and still rising, which is fantastic, and we're keeping up with the supply and demand. So there's definitely plenty of concrete here, and the oxygen, because it's so far away, is the only downside. As you can see, the trucks are traveling down, but they obviously, it's still there, so they're not running out, but we don't want them to either. So as the trucks get built, we are going to, I'm just got to make sure that the trucks are still being built over here. No, I stopped it because of this whole aspect. So same thing again over here. Get a depot created, and we're gonna get that going. Get the factory, steel bars, depot, steel bars. and then factory, mechanical parts. Oop. So as you can see here, so this guy's now run out of resource, so we have to delete that off. So it has this guy, and then we have to chuck in another depot to fill the space. Alright, now build a bucket load more, going up and around, and get the depot, collecting up all our goods. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah, so as you can see here, now that it's gone red, they've struggled to keep up with the supply here, on apparently both concrete and oxygen. So I wonder what the go with the concrete is here. Okay, so yeah, so this guy has stopped. So they've run out, and roads are still endlessly being built, which is fantastic, up to 500 bars now. Once that runs out, I'm not going to bother. I'll just delete them all off from there, so I don't actually need these guys, I guess, right now. Get those deleted off, and even these guys here, get them deleted off, and once that's finished processing, then it can all just be for transporting the concrete. Alright, otherwise now the city has the demand, just needs the concrete. The oxygen, I'm going to get more. Where's the road? Here we are. Yeah, so it's not like they're short on supply, they just need more trucks running. So I'm going to up this up to 25 trucks. Get that going. And as you can see, the supply of oxygen is now increasing. Alright, and I might do the same. So we've only got 8 trucks running on this, so I'm going to up the concrete demand there, up that to 20. They've just got to have the supply come through. We'll try and get that connected. There we go. Get the extra supply. Even though it's only a little bit, we just get a little bit extra. Now, these guys, they're just landmark towers, so that when you zoom out, you got the name there. So you can name it like Sulfuric City as just like I guess a bit of a joke as such. So everything's still running quite smooth down here, which is fantastic. There we go, hit 100 population. I think this is a good point to leave it. Everything's looking nice and clean for the moment, so before it gets too crazy, we might leave it here, guys. But do let me know what you think, guys. I am going to try and release this video in about a week's time, depending on how good my editing skills go, but I do appreciate it. And obviously, guys, if you like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that I'm doing a decent enough job. And if this is something that you want to continue to watch, let me know in the comment section. And please subscribe, guys. Brand new to this YouTube element, and I just really want to do the best for you guys. So definitely let me know how it goes. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, signing off. See you next time. Bye.